Peace. Blessings to the Most High, you dig? Zion warrior, straight out of Zion, coming at you, you dig? Coming with peace, love, long suffering, you dig? And many more, you heard me, to the brothers and sisters out there, you dig? I come today to talk about multiple things, you dig? This is just one of many videos I'm going to start doing, you dig? I feel like it's time for me to start, like, spitting, you heard me, what I've learned, you dig? And teach others, you dig? Matter of fact, the old ancient African proverb was, each one teach one, you dig? So, you know, it's stuff I'm going to be teaching many, you dig? Like, yeah, you heard me? But anyway, you heard me? Like I said, we in 2010, just left the Pisces age. Now we in Aquarius age, you dig? Like, far as Aquarius, meaning truth and righteousness, light, you heard me? Meaning that that's what it's about now. It's about learning the true nature and origin of things, you heard me? And that means with everything. Like, for instance, you dig? Matter of fact, let me take it off so I can show y'all, you dig? I want everybody to know this, because this is something I've learned, you heard me? And I never was taught growing up as a child, you dig? And growing up in this Babylon ass system, you heard me? But, you know what I mean? I wear this every day. This right here is an Egyptian cross. It's called the Ankh. You heard me? It mean life, you dig? It's also known as the cross of life. You heard me? It's like, this right here represents the woman. The womb, you heard me? That holds the seed. And this represents the male, you know what I mean? Together they bring life, which is the cross of life, you heard me? Egyptian cross, over 5,000 years old, you dig? But yet, we have the cross, what we have today, the Roman Catholic cross, you dig? Which means death. You know what I mean? Like, you go back, you heard me, in history, and you find out the origin of things. That's why I say this is the Aquarius age, you dig? Meaning, we go back, you heard me, and we learn for ourselves. We don't just take what we hear from the preacher, or take what we hear from somebody, and that, oh, alright, that's our truth. We go back ourselves, you dig? And we learn the origin of things, you dig? Now, back to this Roman Catholic cross, you dig? This cross wasn't invented till like 2,000, you heard me, maybe a little over 3,000 years ago, you dig? Which means, you heard me, death, like I said. And what they done with this cross was they used to, what? Hang up, you heard me, and crucify like thieves, you dig? You heard me, murderers, and such things like that, you dig? So it's like, it represents death. And I'm like, you heard me, it's a subconscious thing, you heard me? Why would you want to wear that, you heard me? See, a lot of us don't know that, you dig? So, but yet the churches promote this. This is where they buried Christ. Supposed to be, you dig? For as the cross of life. Excuse me, the cross of death, you heard me? They buried Christ on the cross of death, you heard me? But yet, churches rock this fucking cross like it's, you dig? It's what's up. Like it's, you heard me? This is what it is, like I'm rocking the life, you dig? Churches and everybody else rock these crosses, which means death, like it's something positive, you dig? Every time I look at this cross, I think about Christ on the cross, a man shedding blood, you dig, for what he haven't done. So why would you promote this cross? You know what I mean? See, now is the time to start questioning things, you dig? And now, like I said, don't just take things and run with it and say, oh, alright, the pastor say that's what it is, then that's what it is. Because the pastor, 9 times out of 10 is wrong, you dig? Coming from on these ships, you dig? African slavery, you dig? We lost a lot of our, you heard me, our culture, you dig? And our true nature of things and how we done things as Africans, you know what I mean? Like I say, like eating meat. Back in Africa, we never ate meat, you dig? Why? Because our body is not built to even digest meat. You heard me? It's like we ain't much have enough enzymes in our body to break down this meat. You heard me? So what this meat does is sit in us and rot. You heard me? Creates all kind of parasites, all kind of bacteria, you dig, that infect your healthy organs. You know what I mean? So it's like, you heard me, we gotta get back to our African culture. That's the name of this video. Back to the African way. You dig? The African way. See what I'm saying? That means from the cross, which is cross of life, an Egyptian cross. You heard me? Which we are the Egyptians, by the way, you dig? See, we was taught also in the church and other different things that Egypt is bad. You know what I mean? We was always taught that Pharaoh, let my children go type deal, you dig? Like, you heard me? We was taught never to look in Egypt, but yet, that's where our very origin is, you heard me? So I'm saying that's where everything started at. That's where the originators of medicine, you dig? And you heard me? The originators of numbers and everything else that this Babylon system copied from, you dig? Which the Romans and the Greeks came into Africa, you dig? Egypt, you heard me? And came, you heard me, and conquered the land back then, because it was written in the divine plan to be such. So, but you heard me, they came and took our image, you heard me, took our cells, took our history, you dig? It took basically our identity and made it theirs, and gave us somebody else, you heard me, identity, which is Hebrew Israelites or Gentiles. See what I'm saying? But yet, it's deeper than that, you heard me? Much deeper than that, you know what I mean? So like I say, it's the African way. That's what it's about, you heard me? That's what it's going to, you dig? See me, I'm just starting, you heard me? I'm learning my rules though, I'm learning my culture, you dig? But I'm strong in it though, you dig? And that's how we all gotta be, and that's how, you heard me, it's gonna be real soon, you dig? The African way, you heard me, which is the first and original way. But yes sir, you heard me? Like I said, man, any questions, anything, hit me up. You heard me? I'm open, I'm here to, you heard me? It's time, you dig? Righteousness stand tall, you dig? Wicked mind fall, you heard me? Seriously, you dig? All lies, all deception, all that fall, you dig? It's truth now. It's realness, you dig? Not the realness that they be portraying in the gangster videos and all this. Talking about I died for mine and all that. That ain't real, you heard me? That's real fucking ignorant, you dig? And that's on a whole nother level, you dig? But anyway, it's time for realness, people. You dig? The African way, the original way, you dig? Where things originated from. Going back to our natural herbs and not this Babylon chemical ass medicine, you dig? It's deep, like, you heard me? It's real deep, man. And people really fucking deep in this, you dig? But like I said, the African way, I ain't gonna talk too long, and I ain't really no talker too much, but I'm gonna say what I gotta say on my mind, and that's gonna be that, you dig? And that's that for this video, the African way. You already know, Zion warrior out of Zion, Jah, Rastafari, you heard me? One love. Yes, me with music.